Hello everyone, welcome to your mats for your yoga practice. Just a word of precaution, always be careful when doing yoga, listen to your body. If you have knee problems, wrist problems, always listen to your body. Don't push yourself too hard. We're going to start our practice by lying down on our back, soles of the feet to touch, knees falling outside. Relaxing, closing your eyes. Placing one hand on your chest and one on your stomach. Becoming aware of the rise and fall of your breath. As you breathe in, your belly rises and your chest rises, and as you breathe out, it falls back down. Taking long, deep, conscious breaths in and out. You can add a count to your breath, so inhale to the count of 4 and exhale to the count of 4. Bringing your awareness to the present moment, your body in the present moment, your mind in the present moment, letting go of whatever may have happened before this class. Just being present on your mat now. Using your hands now to bring your knees together, leaving your feet where they are, knees still pointing up, taking your right ankle and placing it on your left knee or just below your left knee. If you can feel a stretch already in your thigh, you leave your leg where it is. You can bring your left foot closer to you. If this feels really easy for you, then you take your hands, interlace your fingers around your left thigh and pull your left thigh towards your face or your chest. You should feel a deep stretch in your hamstring. Taking deep breaths in this pose. Feeling the stretch behind your thigh. Taking deep inhales and exhales. If you have the room, you shall pull your leg a little closer. You can use the elbow of your right hand to push your right knee a little more open. If your foot is on the floor, you stay there if that's what's comfortable for you. On your next exhale, release your left foot back to the floor. Release your right leg back to the floor too. Both feet are planted, left ankle onto right knee. Just press your left knee open if you can. If you're comfortable here, if this is too much for you, this is where you stay. If you need more, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and pull towards your chest. Flexing your feet so you remain active. Your back is flat on the floor. You don't want to be lifting your lower back off the floor. Using that left elbow to open up the left knee a little lot more. Remembering to keep breathing in that low, long inhales and exhales that we started with. On your next exhale, right foot back to the floor, left foot back to the floor, arms alongside your body. You want to be able to brush your heels with your fingertips. Getting ready for bridge pose. As you inhale, you're going to lift your hips, your lower back, middle back, and upper back off the floor into bridge pose. This is the first bridge pose, so take it easy with yourself. It won't be as open as the rest, but go as far as you can go. Keeping your arms alongside your body. Keeping your knees hip-width distance apart. Pushing your pelvis towards the sky or the ceiling above you. On your next exhale, you're going to slowly lower your upper back, middle back, and lower back onto the floor. Placing your arms out in a T shape alongside your body, you're going to take your knees and drop them over to the right hand side and look over to your left hand for a simple spinal twist. Being conscious of what's happening in your body after this first few poses, feeling if there's any stiffness, anything you're holding on to. Taking deep breaths in and out, guiding the breath towards the stuff. Inhale and bring your legs back to center, and exhale, let them fall over to the left hand side. Taking your gaze over to your right fingertips. You can close your eyes if you want to. Once again, becoming aware of your body, how you're feeling at this moment. Is there anything you're holding on to emotionally, physically? Just let it go. Inhale and bring your knees back up to center. Taking your knees into your chest, interlacing your fingers around them, and rocking from side to side, massaging into the lower spine, if that feels comfortable for you. Otherwise, just take your knees into your chest. Taking your hands around your thighs, you're going to rock up and down along the length of your spine, massaging the opposite direction now. You're going to rock a few times until you come up to sit in the front of your mat, rolling over your feet, coming into a tabletop position, getting ready for cat and cow. As you inhale, you're going to drop your navel to the floor and look up. And as you exhale, you're going to arch your back, pull your navel towards your spine, chin to chest. Inhale, drop your navel, look up. Exhale and arch, turn chin to chest. Inhale, drop your navel, look up. Exhale, arch and chin to chest. Continue a few more at your own pace, going as fast or as slow as you wish to. On your next inhale, finding the neutral spine. As you inhale, you're going to lift your right knee off the floor and point your right foot back. Pressing in through both shoulders, so you're not leaning more towards the left hand side. If you need to go onto your elbows, if your wrists are sensitive, you do that. If you need to keep your foot on the ground, you keep your foot on the ground. So keep it long, but keep your toes on the ground. If you can manage this, this is where you want to be. Bringing your right knee back to the floor, As you inhale, lift your left foot up and reach it back. Toes pointing towards the floor. Once again, pushing up through your shoulders. If this is too much for you, you can just lower your toes, your left toes onto the floor and lower onto your elbows. But we try. If you can't hold it as long, you come down, left knee to meet right. Now we're going to inhale, right foot back, and your left hand reaches forward in front of you. So you're still in tabletop, but your foot is reaching back and your hand is reaching forward. If this is too much for you also, you do the previous pose. Adapt the poses to work for your body, your fitness level. We're not all the same. Come in, back down. Now you're going to inhale, left foot back and right hand forward. If this is too much for you, as mentioned before, you do the previous pose. If that's too much for you, your left toes will be on the floor, but your leg will be straight and back. On your next exhale, you're going to release everything back down to the mat, into tabletop position. You're going to take your right leg out behind you as we did before, and you're going to bring your right foot towards the right hand side, tap your foot on the floor and reach your right leg back and up. Take it to the side, tap and reach it back. Do that a few more times. If this doesn't work for you, just stay with your foot lifted behind you. Release your knee down. Taking your left foot out behind you. And now you're going to swing your left foot out to the left hand side and tap your foot on the floor. Take your foot back, straight out behind you, forward and tap. Do this a few times or just repeat the previous poses. This is your practice and your body. You listen to it and do what suits you. Last one. And taking your knee back and placing it next to your right knee. Come in to sit on your heels in child's pose. With your arms alongside your body, you have an option, if your head doesn't reach the floor, to make a fist or two fists and rest your head on there. You can spread your knees out wide so you have a lot of space to just let go. Take a moment here to become aware of your sensations in your body, what may be happening in your mind as well. Is your mind complaining? Is your mind here? Are you feeling aches and pains in your body? Or are you feeling calm? Just take a moment here to reflect where you are now, body and mind. Stretching your arms out in front of you. You're going to slowly roll your spine up and come to sit on your heels. As you inhale, you're going to take your arms alongside your body and reach your arms up while lifting your seat bones from your heels and reach up. And as you exhale, you're going to take your prayer to your heart center and sit back down. Inhale, wide circles with the arms reach up. Exhale, prayer to your heart center and sit down. One more time. Inhale, reach up, push your pelvis forward. And exhale, prayer to your heart center as you come to sit on your heels. Placing your hands out in front of you now, come into a downward facing dog position. You can pedal your feet out if you want, bob your head from side to side. Your gaze will be at your toes or your knees. You want to pull your navel towards your spine, creating more room to push back. On your next exhale, you're going to walk your hands back to your feet. Grab hold of opposite elbows and hang like a rag doll. You can bend your knees as much as you want to, or keep them straight. The choice is yours. You can sway your body or stay still. Releasing your hands to the floor. We're going to slowly roll up, taking your arms out to the side, rolling up one vertebra at a time with your head coming up last and your prayer on top of you. Taking your prayer to heart center and release your arms alongside your body. You can roll your shoulders back and roll them forward just to release. Making sure your feet are together. Inhale, sweep your hands on the floor, reach your arms up into chair pose. Your knees will be bent. You want to see your toes between the V that your knees create. Sitting your hips down low, reaching your arms up. Your gaze is straight out in front of you. You can feel your thighs switching on. Taking prayer to heart center, coming back to stand. On your next inhale, sweep your hands on the floor, chair pose again. Just check that your knee alignment is correct. You want to sit down low to feel your thighs switch on. Inhale, prayer to heart center, straighten your legs. Next, we are going to take a big step forward with our right leg, bending into that right knee. Your left leg remains straight, your left heel off the ground, your knee at 90 degrees over your right foot in a high lunge pose. As you inhale, you're going to reach your arms up above your head, reaching towards the ceiling of the sky. You want to make the motion of pulling your upper body towards the ceiling, yet opening up into your hips and letting them go low. Keeping your gaze straight out in front of you, making sure you straighten your back leg as much as you can. On your next exhale, you're going to open your arms, hips, and shoulders into a warrior two pose. In warrior two, you want knee to ankle alignment, gazing over your right fingertips. We're going to adapt our warrior today, so it's a bit different from last week. As you inhale, flip your palms, straighten your knees, palms to touch above your head. And as you exhale, rebend the right knee, warrior two. Inhale, flip your palms, hands to touch above your head, straighten your knees. Exhale, warrior two. One last time. Inhale, flip your palms, straighten your legs. Exhale, warrior two. Looking over your right fingers in a traditional warrior, you're going to spin your hands so that they're on either side of your right foot. You're going to either step or move, shuffle your leg back, whatever you need to do to get there. And you're going to meet us in downward facing dog. Holding this down dog for a few breaths. If you've lost your breath or your breath count, find it again. Walking your hands back to your feet and rolling up, slowly making a big circle with your hands, palms to touch above your head. And exhale, prayer to heart center. So in yoga, what you do on the right, you do on the left. You're going to inhale, sweep your hands on the floor, reach up into chair pose again. This time you'll really feel your thighs working. Take prayer to heart center, straighten your knees. Last time for the day, inhale, sweep your hands on the floor, reach up into chair pose, Utkatasana. Hold it Hold it for a few seconds. And exhale, prayer to your heart center. And stand up. This time you're going to take a big step forward with your left leg. Keeping your prayer at heart center. Going to bend into your left knee. Reach your arms up into a high lunge. This time we're going to take our hands behind our back, capture our elbows with the opposite hand, and open up. By looking up, opening your chest towards the sky or the ceiling for a small back bend. If this is too much for you, you leave your arms reaching up as we did on the first side. If not, you keep your hands interlaced behind your back and open up your chest. Inhale and release your hands. Take them back up into a high lunge. Turn your hips and open up into a warrior two. This time your left knee is bent. If you need some relief, you straighten your knee and then come back into the pose. You're going to flip your hands and straighten your knee, arms up above your head in prayer pose, and exhale, come back down into warrior two. Inhale, straighten arms above your head. Exhale, come back down into warrior two. Last time, inhale, palms to touch above your head. Exhale, come down into warrior two and hold. You're going to swivel your hands so they're next to your left foot. You're going to shuffle or do what you need to do to move your left foot to meet your right foot at the back of your mat in downward facing dog. You have three options here. You can either take child's pose, or you can hold downward facing dog, or if you want, you can come forward into a plank pose and hold your plank. You can hold a high plank as I'm doing now, or if your wrists are sore, you can come down onto your elbows and hold a forearm plank. You want to be pushing up from between your shoulders, whichever plank you're holding. If you're holding down dog or child's pose, nothing wrong with that. You stay where you are most comfortable. Taking long, deep inhales in whichever is your option. Whether you're in down dog, plank, or child's pose, you're going to come to lay on your stomach and meet us there. Turning over onto your back. Your feet stretched out in front of you. Bending your right knee, taking your right knee to your chest, interlacing your fingers around your right knee. Pulling your knee to your chest. If this is enough for you, this is where you stay. If you want more, you're going to inhale and lift your head, neck, and back off the floor. You're going to take your nose or chin as close as you can to your knee, but if you don't reach there, that's also okay. If you're taking too much strain on your back or your neck or your shoulders, you'll release down your head, but keep your knee pressed towards your chest. The option is yours. In this pose, you want to breathe deeply and slowly. Releasing your right foot back to the floor and your right leg. Taking your left knee into your chest, interlacing your fingers around your left knee and pulling it towards you. If this is your comfort zone, this is where you stay. If you want more, you'll lift your head, neck and shoulders off the floor, taking your chin or your nose as close to your knee as possible. Going to take long, deep inhales and exhales in this pose. If you choose to have your head on the floor, that's also fine. You want to feel the lengthening through your back. Releasing your left leg back to the floor. You're going to bend both knees, take them into your chest, interlace your fingers around your knees. Doing full Pavan Muktasana. As you inhale, you're going to lift your head, shoulders, neck off the floor, taking it as close to your knees as possible. Once again, if this is too much for you, you keep your head down. Keep your lower back pressing into the floor. On your next exhale, you're going to release your feet back to the floor. Lengthen out your legs in front of you. On your next inhale, you're going to bend your right foot. Place your right foot on your left knee. Use your left hand to take your right knee out to your left hand side. Your right hand goes out at a T shape and you look over your right shoulder with a gentle twist towards the left. Natarajasana. Taking long deep inhales in this pose, becoming aware of the sensations in your body and letting go. Taking your right knee back to center, lengthening your right leg out in front of you, bending your left leg, placing your left foot on your right knee, using your right hand to push your left foot knee out of it. Left hand goes alongside your body, looking over your left shoulder at your left fingertips. You're going to twist to the left hand side. Closing your eyes if you feel like, feeling the sensations in the body, and just letting go. Letting go of your efforts, letting go of your practice. Just let go. Bringing your left knee back up to center, bending both knees, taking your knees into your chest. You're going to grab hold of either the soles of your feet from the inside or the outside, whatever is more comfortable for you, for happy baby pose. You're going to allow your knees to be close to your armpits and pulling down on your feet. Not so much so that you hurt yourself, just a little. You want to be pulling down and not backwards. You want your spine to remain flat on the ground, so you're not arching your back in any ways, not your lower back or your upper back. You're not pulling your legs behind your head. You're simply just pulling your knees closer to your armpits. Taking long deep inhales and exhales in this pose. On your next exhale, release your feet, release your hands back to the floor. Setting up for our final pose of the day, corpse pose, Shavasana, everybody's favorite pose. Your feet will be mat width distance apart, your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. Closing your eyes, letting go of your controlled breathing, letting the weight of your body sink into the floor. This is where I leave you. I would recommend you lay here for another 5 to 10 minutes, just soaking in the benefits of your practice. If you wish to sit up and meditate now, you may do that. Otherwise, thank you for sharing your practice with me today and allowing me to guide you.